So sometimes, do we overcomplicate camping? Do we need all the gear? Do we need the fancy vehicle just to enjoy camping, especially off-grid camping? Well, that's what I'm about to find out this weekend. Can you keep it simple? Can you go off-grid camping like what you want to do in Botswana in a big 5 area with a normal vehicle, just a trailer, and still have a good time? Let's find out. The campsite I was going to use to test out my theory and equipment is the Dinokeng Bush Camp, and it is in a less populated part of the reserve. It is unfenced with no facilities. The campsite I am staying at is the Jackal site of the Stanley Camp. It was time to head out for an afternoon drive and experience this part of the reserve. Although you will not see huge numbers of game, it's about the experience and to be out in nature. The next morning, and it was time to go out on a guided game drive, which you can book with Wim from Dinokeng Bush Camp. I can really recommend it. And then we had one of the moments you always wish for, or sometimes even expect when you are on a guided game drive. Each time you see one of these animals, you just think by yourself, why? What are some humans thinking? And you realize it is a privilege to see these animals in the wild. Although we did not see elephants, the signs or tracks were at least visible. Back from the game drive, and I took a drive to the nearby bird eye. Unfortunately, you cannot take a guided game drive each day, so it was time to go and search for the animals myself. One of the features of Dinokeng is also these small little roads you can drive without them really leading anywhere. So just some feedback on the campsite. There's not much, but I think that's what it's about. There's no ablutions, uh, no water, just basically a fireplace on the ground, and the rest you need to bring in. So you can make it as good or as bad as you want it. I brought about 40 liters of water with me for washing and drinking, and that's more than enough. And then I've been using solar power and also one of those battery packs. But yeah, really nice, really enjoyed it here. In terms of nightlife, what you can expect is I did have an hyena in camp last night or early in this morning. I did try to film it. I'll show you that a bit. You cannot really see it because when I switched on the light, it ran into the bushes. But yeah, be aware that you do have predators coming into the camp, and I think that adds to the whole experience here. And then just another thing is take out what you bring in your own black bags. And then also there is a cover that you can put over the fireplace, so I would suggest just put it over the fire after you're done in the evening. You don't want to start a fire. When I got here, the ashes were actually still hot from the previous evening, so whoever was here before me. So yeah, if the wind picks up, it can set the veld alight. But yeah, all in all, a very pleasant experience, and I'll definitely be back. This place, or this area, is called Stanley's Camp, but they also have another one. I think it's Oakral or something like that, and I'm sure going to try that in the future. Vim also offers some game drives. It gives you a bit of discount if you stay in his camp, and it's really worthwhile. You would have seen by now, but yeah, a couple of the nice things we saw. Well, everything is nice, but especially to see the cheetah and also to see the rhinos. So yeah, so far so good. It is as if Dino King wanted to say goodbye with this amazing sunset. What a privilege. So I told you that you must cover up your fire before you leave, and my fire was covered. And look at that, that's from last night's fire. it's still, when I open it up, it was still red articles, and it's actually gonna get this wood burning without me adding anything. So it just shows you how important it is to cover up your fire. That's how hot it still was from last night. Okay, and that's it. We're done here. Camp is set, packed up. Quickly, my thoughts on Dinokeng Bush Camp. I think it was a really nice place to come to. I think the fact that there's absolutely nothing makes it actually so much better for me. And what's also nice, it's a bit on the side. It's not close to the other bigger camps, all the other campers go to. So you really get a feeling that you're on your own. I think the campsites are very well spaced apart. So yeah, I think, and in terms of what I've tried to do is, I came here and I kept it simple. I didn't even bring the Fortuner, and I was still able to camp off grid. And that shows you everybody can do it. You don't need all these fancy gear and things like that. I think the most fanciest thing I brought with me was a fridge, and everybody wants a cold drink, so that's the reason why, and to keep your meat fresh. But besides from that, you don't really need much. Get yourself a small battery with a light that you can buy at like the outdoor warehouse or something like that, with some clamps, and there you go. So yeah, really, I think there's no excuse not to go out and camp completely off the grid. Anybody can do it. So what are you waiting for? Get out there.